Hello, and welcome to Mrs. Thomas' Sight Reading Review. This review is designed to prepare 6th grade choral students for a sight reading assessment. This review will cover basic rhythms and pitch notation. The beginning section contains the values for notes and rest. On the left of the first slide is a note pyramid meant to enhance the development of visual learners with the corresponding names and values to the right. While on this slide, students can practice clapping or speaking the values. For example, if you wanted the students to demonstrate the beats for quarter notes, you would have them go 1, 2, 3, 4. For eighth notes, they could do 1 te, 2 te, 3 te, 4 te. Since this is a 6th grade classroom, it might be best to stick to 4/4 time. The second slide is very similar to the first, but encompasses the values for rest. Students can also practice the beats by using the syllable sh. For example, if you wanted the students to demonstrate quarter rest, they would count sh, 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 sh. It also adds a little bit of fun for the students. After completing this section, students will complete a 4-question quiz identifying the values correctly. The first question says, how many beats does this note have? You can see on the top left a picture of the note they are supposed to identify. How many beats does this rest have? And again, this rest, and finally, this note. The next section contains a review of the solfege names and corresponding notes. Since this is for 6th graders, first unit on sight reading, this is helpful to start them with C major. The numbers can also be used, but it really depends on your style of teaching whether or not to use the solfege system. Personally, I am for using both, but for this review, I have chosen to focus on solfege and hand signs. The next slide places the hand signs directly above the notes, and while teaching, you can point to different sections to have students think on their toes. For example, you can point to sol, then mi, then fa, down to do. This allows them to review without even realizing it. This section is followed by a matching activity with the goal of students internalizing the hand signs. Finally, a match. This next section allows them to practice now that they have reviewed the note values and solfege names. Before the actual exercises, there's a couple of tips I've outlined for the students to follow. First, to identify the rhythm and solfege separately before combining them. Always pick a tempo that is comfortable for them, and then have fun and not be afraid of mistakes, because as teachers, we should be encouraging. Lastly, it's followed by different exercises they can practice with. I've only included 4 measure practices, even though the objective might state 8, just to give them time to develop their skills on an easier scale before taking on 8 measures. Finally, there's a poll at the end to ask the students how helpful the review was for them in order to make changes accordingly. Thank you for following this review session, and I hope it benefits your classrooms.